Alright. So we're here with Teval, Arbiter of Virtue, 5 and a 6/6, flying lifelink. Your spells have Delve. That's it. When you cast a spell, you lose life equal to its mana value. So you can't cast too many spells. This has lifelink to help you offset it, but you can sort of get stuck under this thing, right? You can kind of see how that could happen a couple times. It also costs 5, so you're not delving turn 4, let's say. Like, it just happens kind of slow. That's the main issue I see with this, where I'm a bit surprised it doesn't cost like 4. It could be like a 5/5, or even just a 4-mana 6/6. I don't think would break this card in half, honestly. Especially at this point in the age of this game. There's way more powerful things to do than a 4-mana 6/6 flying lifelink, which is funny to say, but so colorless cards are your like awesome cards to delve because you can immediately do them with this card. However, you have to have enough life to do that by the time you get there. You also have to have enough cards in your graveyard to do it. Let's say you got Portal to Phyrexia in your hand. That's 9 cards. And you tapped out for this. You need to exile 9 cards. Not impossible, right? We are running a bunch of a bunch of mill cards to facilitate said delve thing. Could run even more fetch lands. It would slow the deck down with tap lands, but it would help with that thing and add a different problem, I think. Typical green ramp, mana drain, our bestest of buds here. Just adding a bunch of colorless mana the turn we do something seems really good, assuming my opponent doesn't concede when I cast it. I don't, and it's just, I'm running Faceless Agent because it's colorless. I can just go right into an Eldrazi because that's the most prolific creature type, and then proceed to cast said Eldrazi in the same turn. So like Teval, Eldrazi, a ton of life, a ton of cards out of the graveyard to do that. But we'll see. It's possible. This does mill you, but it also sort of doesn't. I don't know. It's in between. I'm a fan of Phyrexian Arena. This is probably better than Phyrexian Arena, especially nowadays. Anyways, so it probably works. I don't know. What's the other big one? Mesmeric Orb, rather massive one, right? Just you'll never run out of cards in the graveyard, assuming you had it early. And I think that's about it. This deck might want Wormcoil Engine, though. It does have lifelink. It's at 6. Yeah, we want Wormcoil. We're gonna put that in here instead of honestly, the cards from the new set aren't that exciting so far. Like just a large chunk of them. That's why I haven't been playing a lot of them. Let's take out. This is a lot of life if I try to delve this card, honestly. And if my commander's in play when I cast it, even if I don't delve, I still lose life, right? So you really want to. Yeah, okay. I don't think this is a Nature's Rhythm deck, but I do want Wormcoil. And then we'll send it. So let's see what happens. This taps for green source. Ugh. Alright. Can't have everything. Must play 2-drop? Come on, show me it. Show me it. There it is, chat. There it is again. Arcane Signet out of the colorless deck. There it is again. There it goes again, doing its thing. Oh, man. Never disappoint me. Oh, good old Arcane Signet. Oh. Too risky to get time walked out of the game? I completely disagree with that, but we'll see. I don't see Teval doing that. Oh, they tapped it. They tapped it. They're confused. They're figuring it out. Slowly coming to that conclusion. There you go. They had to do something else. Tragic, I know. Alright, so we want to play this? Actually, hold on. What do we do here? Cultivate 6 gets cards going in the graveyard. But I think I want mana. So let's brainstorm. Let's get rid of that and that. That was a really good draw, by the way. Alright, so I have a bunch of mana. Would have liked to have blown up the Worn Power Stone, but, well, wasn't in the cards. We have 6 cards in our graveyard, though. That is actually a sizable amount. We can get more as well here. I'm pretty content with my situation, actually. Alright, I didn't get a good Eldrazi, unfortunately. I don't think 6 is going to have any sort of field day at all. I don't think it's going to do anything this game. There's no need to cast my commander here, specifically, like in this exact... Oh, wait, hold on. Look at the top 4 cards. Probably better to play Giant Colorless Threat. Although I can do both. No. I most assuredly want to cast this, so... Alright, it's a colorless card. It's annoying to deal with, but my opponent does have a lot of mana, so it probably won't save me. Yeah, that was just a really miserable Eldrazi to hit in this exact spot. It just kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Oh, we also have an Eldrazi in the 4 cards in our hand. No, not quite. Does it have trample? Yep. So... Okay. So Kymel needs to not do something stupid. It does not do something that bad. Can you retrace with Delve? Yeah, you can. So we play this. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I mean, 6 is in my hand. Now 6 might be reasonable. Now it might be better. But they can recast their commander. So what are we retracing if we cast it? Garuda? That's funny. I would really like to cast it right now, though, so... Let's retrace... I mean, I could just retrace this. Shoot. I mean, why not? It's a colorless card as well, so... Okay, let's continue the trend of fetching lands. Worm Coil Engine. I think I would like that. It's another colorless threat. So. Okay, things are happening. Another person playing the goofy enchantment. I don't want to overcommit my board state, is the problem here. Because of Ujin? No, the Eldrazi are in here because they're colorless, so I can cast them the same turn I cast my commander. That's why I put them in here. Alright, so I can retrace another card. I didn't expect to be able to do that. I'm going to do it pre-combat here. This seems rather devastating, so... I mean, you still lose 7 life. That is still happening. Kaimil will trigger. So I give him another Kaimil trigger, but I have Emrakul in play, so... It just feels really good. I could have cast 2 big spells with my commander, but I don't really think that would have... That just doesn't seem necessary. I think I'll actually play this land here. It's kind of the same as just... Yeah, it's the same as, like, retracing one of these, so... And do I cycle this? No, I do not do that. Well, Ghost Quartering me just gives me another card in my graveyard. Okay, the Urza's Cave. Interesting. I'm gonna Inventor's Fair for, like... Can I Ghost Quarter? I can Ghost Quarter them. Alright, so they have a land and a Guardian Idol. We're going to probably just pay life to proliferate here. Oh, I can tap... Wait. I can't... No, I can't kill them, but... So we want to do this, so we want to go 1, 2... 3, 4... Inventor's Fair. And probably not get anything. Unless there's something worth getting. I don't think there is. Yeah, no, I don't want to get anything. And then I want to do... this, so we go 1, 2, 3... And do that. Get rid of you. Something that doesn't save them. Ghost Quarter. The Vault. Fail to find. Proliferate. And cast this for 0. Oh wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Oh, bro, I got the wrong one. Ugh. I got the wrong one. I thought I was gonna do something else. Oh, I could have cracked the obelisk as well. Okay. Yeah, I thought I got the other walker that pings you in the face. Whoops. Alright, does it matter though? No, it does not. Alright, I didn't give them anything that mattered. So, fortunately that doesn't turn this game around for my opponent here. But that was obviously a mistake. Really got to mess up their mana though, like quite significantly. And Ujin can't deal with a colorless threat. so I think this is looking pretty good. They have 1, 2, 3 mana. And these cards don't do anything. Okay. Nice. We got him. With the giant colorless threat my opponent can't do anything about. Look at that. Get wrecked. That was a cool game. Unfortunately, our commander never did anything, but if my opponent didn't have spammable Vindicates, it would have actually let me vomit a bunch of giant scary things into play, like these two. I forgot we even had counter spells in our deck. Shoot. That would have been really good the last game. When in doubt, breeding pool? Yep. Gotta be careful with the shocklands. I am trying to pay a bunch of life, so... I'm gonna... Yep. Play around the old Minotaur. I can maybe actually cast my commander this game and not lose it immediately. So that's pretty cool. I must admit, that sounds pretty nice, to play my commander and not lose it immediately. It would be the first time I actually cast it as well, so... Alright, well, if you have a sweeper, I guess, congratulations. I just need to untap. One time. One time. There's only 3 cards in my graveyard. There's no reason to feel concerned. It's just chilling. Ain't doing nothing. It's not doing anything at all. Alright, so I got killed, but my bird lived. Notably no board wipe. It's bloop, put it back in command zone. Alright, so it's a pretty good card here. I can target myself, and I probably should. That's sort of why the card is in my deck in the first place, so. Union, draw a card. Alright, I do not care in any way, shape, or form about that. If it let my opponent hit their land, a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alright, well, I would have liked an untapped land there, that's for sure. Okay. What, are you gonna reprieve this? Nope. Oh, hello, Overlord. How are you doing? How are you doing? Okay. This is an Elspeth token deck, by the way, if anyone was curious. Let's play... Let's just do this and then leave it at 1 so my opponent can't tutor or anything. Play their fetch lands that I anticipate out of the old mono-colored deck. Alright, well that's kinda interesting. Ooh, maybe I wanted to leave up Wash Away. Was that dumb? I feel as though this on its own sitting in play is not a big deal, but washing away, that probably would have been a better idea. Yeah, alright. First real mistake. So just treasure tokens. And we can double up. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe there's no mistake to be had because we can just win the game. Right? I just pay 10 life and win the game? Nope, don't want to do that. And I don't want to play Sire. That would be a little egregious. So, target them, exile their graveyard? What do you mean? Oh, why am I targeting them at all? Oh, I just want to. It's definitely not the right thing to do, but I can't help myself. I literally, I can't help myself. I don't have what it takes. Alright, my opponent had like the only 3-mana sweeper ever. 3 attacks with Ulamog, and they do lose the game. So that's cool. They actually have to deal with this. So, I don't know which one's better between these two. I am at 9, so I probably should play this. I think that's okay. Opponent found a land, so we know what their draw was. They've only played removal spells. Okay. Oh, it looks like their deck is very heavily orientated towards removal. Okay, so what my opponent just did does not stop Ulamog from milling them. This still works. So they just sort of like took a whatever off. Alright, so if that hits them again, they lose the game. And I will just run this out because they either deal with the board or they lose, and it's just free to do this. They have to deal with Ulamog or they have to kill me. Okay. I guess this is not a token deck. It's just a, we play Elspeth to... okay. Yeah, you're... Alright. I mean, this is... So, mono white with it... Just a ton of board wipes and spot removal in your mono white deck. It also has Nykthos, but like basically nothing that gives you devotion in the entire deck that I'm looking at. Unless these last 20 cards were like super crazy. Elspeth is not very friendly to the mono white control kind of thing at all, because its plus is very bad with that specific idea. Honestly, so is the 0. The -3 is cool, and the plus is some nice blocking and whatnot, but I don't know. I think Redane and maybe even Elish Norn, like there's a lot of other things Mono White wants to run in the command zone as like a sweeper control sort of thing. Zatalpa was pretty successful, in my opinion. I just don't think this is it. But yeah, I mean, it's unique. Just got totally milled out. Cool. Look at that. Look at that. We also never actually untapped with our commander. Wait, did we? Did we ever untap with our commander? I don't think we did, right? As per tradition, I have yet to do that. I did play it and it did do something, though. Just didn't untap with it. Yeah, played 10 sweepers against a creature deck and I still lost. The mind of a brony. The mind of a brony, chat. Okay, so let's go get our turn 1 elf. Dodge the old lightning bolt, hopefully. And then, dodge Atali, like stealing something. That's also pretty good, but I think this is more gooder. But Journey is interesting. I don't think it's like game winning. Playing my commander next turn is also not like crazy awesome, but I will do it because we haven't untapped with it, and I want to untap with it, so you can't stop me. Play your goofy cultivate. I don't care. Oh, wow, look, they played their goofy cultivate. It's almost like the deck does only one thing. Crazy. Yeah, no removal in this, but that's not really surprising. So that Brainstorm is weird. Unfortunately, this is probably not right, and I should run this out. But I don't know. I think I want to do this. I think I really want to play that. Oh, I guess I can do both. Yeah. Okay, we can just do both. Sure. And then just gain the 6 we just paid right back. I like that. And I will do this. Because Brainstorm. So it's almost always Atali next turn. That is in fact the case. The old 4 mana sacrifice a creature, get rid of a card in hand for a cultivate, because that's how Atali players operate. Yep, sounds about right. Ignore your opponent until you win the game. We swing. My opponent cannot afford to mill me with Palantir, so I will draw, but I'll force the stack anyways. Let's put that and that back. Like that. Play that. Can't mill me. So, I mean, you set yourself up for it. That's what you do. See, I don't get it. Atali players, they untap on the 7, and then they just sit there. I don't know what it is. It's weird. Is there like a ritual that you have to perform, like, internally? What? What are you doing? What was the point of the entire game? Huh? I don't understand. You must have, like, double... What on earth just happened? I'm so confused, chat. I'm so confused. In what universe? I mean, they just got rid of the thing they just invested half their turn in as well. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Alright, so we have 2 Eldrazi to do things after this Atali, which I assume that we will now cast, which we should have cast last turn. I don't think what my opponent did. So, wait, is this Eldrazi? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, this was all for Ulamog? Is that what this was? Everything they did was just for Ulamog? Well, they set up for an Ulamog here. It still seems completely insane to me. No, no Ulamog. Just no Ulamog. Okay. No flyer as well. Looks like they're going to put this to their hand. I think you need to just cast it as a blocker. You should probably just put it in play. Okay, another insane idea, I think. Sire... Oh, they got Sire Lightning Greaves. Wow, that's insane. Does that save them? I feel like it does. They go up to 9. Of course they hit Sire. Wait, maybe we're fine. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe we're fine. We'll see. I don't believe what my opponent just did is better than swinging with Sire. But that's what they did. I really think my opponent wanted to equip the Sire and swing. I don't think the second Atali is a good idea here. Looks like it was not a good idea. Alright. So I think we win now. We pay 17 life and win the game. So cool. Alright. I guess letting the attack animation was... Again, it was weird. People concede instead of just letting them get hit. I feel like it would be faster just push the button, but alright. Yep. They did actually hit one of the massive bombs in my deck, because of course they did, but fortunately they didn't really utilize it to its fullest potential. If we get games like that, we'll never lose. Just unbeatable. We would be unstoppable. So, double black for this. Yeah, we're gonna play this here. Gonna get that. I don't think Liliana's that exciting in this matchup. What would be exciting... Alright, never mind. It actually got really exciting. Although, maybe Binding is slightly better. No, Binding will be used later. Yeah, okay. Or rather, most likely, use later. I can almost... Okay, that might just be too backbreaking to come out of for the opponent. But we'll see. Eight cards. I can minus Liliana and instantly cast Ulamog next turn by exiling 10 cards out of graveyard. And another mana rock. Ooh, opponent missing these land-based ramp spells. Tragic. Can't say I feel too bad against a Tolly player, but I think we're gonna win here. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Get wrecked. Get totally wrecked. Yep. Just milled enough and answered... Actually, we answered everything, right? Yeah, we killed their ramp spell, their ramp spell, and their ramp spell. And a land. That was, yikes. Yeah, that was a sound thrashing. Jeez. I don't think that's going to happen again. I don't think that is going to happen again. Talking about Azusa having everything it needs every game ever out of hand. Look at us do it. We absorbed the Azusa channel energy. And literally cast channel. Actually, we did just cast channel. Alright, well, Dark Ritual doesn't do anything with a hand without stuff, so... Can I do things here? Not really. We do have Brainstorm. Okay. Okay, still fine. Especially with Reanimate. Why isn't Ashiok a 0-mana spell, chat? How come we can't just play this, like, for 0? Why is that? Okay, that's a little too much. We can calm down a bit here, deck. Let's get rid of these two, I think. Let's play this here. Actually, I think I want to keep the sweeper. Yeah, I want to keep the sweeper. Opponent didn't mill over anything worth dealing with. Am I playing Bird or... No, I'm playing Ashiok here. So I have black, green, blue, green. I guess black, green. I don't think I'm going to mill myself here. Although maybe I should. Maybe we should mill ourselves at least once. Alright, that worked out quite nicely. I just put Gristlebrand in the graveyard. Always had the right decision in mind. Just needed the willpower to do it. Especially assuming if this died. Oh, it did die. Alright, so that actually kind of panned out. Panned out as good as it did. Let's play that. I suppose I will do it. Yep. I mean, why not, right? I already played my land. I will just pass. Alright, look at that. Another game where we just did something egregious pretty quickly. Maybe I want Atlanor Waste in play. Maybe it doesn't matter. Alright, look at that. Opponent was done because we ramped too much, I guess. My hand was not looking too good, though, I'm not gonna lie. Giver Runes was also a problem, so I think this is a strange concession, but who knows? Sometimes you don't want to play against ramp spells. Rampant Growth, too strong. Alright, I'll take it, I guess. Alright, so, okay, so we had one game where we won with our commander doing stuff. The next game we reanimated Gristlebrand, and then that game we just won with Rampant Growth. What is happening? Is this the best deck of all time? Is that what's happening? We need a course correction. Something's got to beat me up, right? Well, not having green is definitely one of those moments there. What does this do? Oh, it does that. All right. So we're gonna lead with. Actually, no, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. I was gonna say a lead with Tamio, but nope. So my creatures get exiled, and you make rats. You're checking out of the game if you're on the draw with double ramp spell. All right. All right. So they probably take my Tamio. Actually, wait, maybe not. I'm not. Well, you know what? I have no idea what you take. What did they take? They did take Tamio. Okay. I wasn't really sure what you take there. So we want to play that card, which means just do this. I am coming to the conclusion this actually doesn't work because this exiles instead of killing it, so that actually just doesn't work. And I'm not going to make it 3-2 here. It's just not a good idea in my opinion. Missing a land drop is also not a good idea. Counter Rampant Growth? Wait, what? That's not it. What? Alright, well, losing the treasure is the same as paying mana, so I guess I just won't pay the mana. I don't think they're going to cast their commander, so... Yep. That's what I thought, opponent. That is what I thought. we will play this now. Let's see if they kill it before their commander gets in play. Nope. There's no reason to counter removal spells. Their entire deck is a one-trick pony. I'm not gonna fight over like the... There's too many of that effect. I think I can draw another card here, but slowly irking away from the ability to use my commander in any reasonable way. I think this is worth it. Here? No, we can do it here, actually. Yeah, we can just do this. This is fine. This is okay. This is as good as this card will get. So... Reanimate. I guess that. Play that. Do nothing. Alright. River's Rebuke. Alright, we got there. I'm honestly a little surprised, but we untap, we go down to... Well, we go down to 6, we go down to 5, we swing, and if my opponent plays their commander, this doesn't work because it exiles a creature, it doesn't die. And this is pretty vulnerable, it's just sitting there. But I was kind of all in at this point, so I just sort of felt like it made sense to deal with this River's Rebuke. Felt really all in. And, yep, we got there. Cool. Alright, so that's 4 different ways to win the game back-to-back. Commander, Reanimate, Rampant Growth, and then Counterspells. We have had 4 different ways of winning the game, all back-to-back. Both these are tapped, so that one, that. Let's get a blue. Yep. I could reanimate Llanowar Elves. I think there's merit in that. Although, I mean, we're both milling, so we both have chances at putting something scary into play, and I don't think Llanowar Elves is particularly exciting to put in play, so... Oh, there's an Tully. Oh, and a Grenzo. Oh, wait, no, Grenzo got nerfed, right? Yeah, Grenzo's like poopy boring. Grenzo is not exciting anymore. So we want to most assuredly just grab that Atali real quick. See what happens there. Bloop. I heard this is pretty good, so... Oh, hey, we got the crab. We got the crab. The Nuka-Cola crab. We got it. The Mirelurk. Oh, good thing we didn't reanimate Llanowar Elves, huh? So we would have gotten... Oh, we would have gotten Grenzo and O'Hare. That was kind of insane. Look at that. 1 mana just generated 14, 13, 18, 19, 20, 24. We got 24 mana worth of creatures. Oh no, I didn't count this. So 27 almost 30 mana worth of stuff just from that 1 mana reanimate. That is crazy. That is pretty crazy. That's probably the most explosive reanimate I've ever played. Wow. I mean, they usually just win, but still, that was kind of funny. "25 health is restrictive." Yeah, that's true. That is true. Let's get a black here. I think that's just what I have to do. Is this an instant? It's not. Tragic. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I would like to cast Wormcoil and then lose the game, because that's all I did. I guess I'm just casting this then. Kinda sad. Oh wait, I can also do this. I suppose it's fine. Alright. 2 cards in the graveyard, 6. So... okay. Wait. It was on sale? What? The rocks? Oh, the literal rocks. Oh, okay. I didn't know what you were talking about. So this is the only card I can cast. Let's get a... probably want a green finally, so I stop losing life that way. Alright, loot. Can we not randomly roll the best thing ever? That'd be pretty cool. How close am I to casting something that matters? Pretty close. Alright, never mind. Three, 4, 5, 6. I can cast Wormcoil, but I really just don't want to do that. I don't like Wormcoil here. I just don't like Wormcoil here. I'm not sold on it. I'd rather make a food token and then cast Cityscape Leveler instead, especially if it doesn't die. I will go to combat before anything, although I do lose if it doesn't work. Maybe that's just where we are in life. Yeah, alright, that's just where we are. That's just our life. We're just doing this. Okay, they actually do not activate loot randomly. They just proceed to undo the attack. Didn't expect that. So 5. Yeah, now we just cast this and kill loot. And then surely our opponent doesn't have some crazy stuff out of hand, like Azusa always does. Mazavith actually... Oh, not Mazavith. This one, you don't untap the creature, it stays tapped. It's kind of funny. Well, they haven't had anything yet. So... Opponent busting out the weird tech. Alright. Okay, well, now Wormcoil is really all we got. I don't think Utopia Sprawl's worth the -1 to my life total. Actually, it's -2 because I have to... Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. I can crack this food token. Should I? It probably mass out in the long run that I do this. I can envision this as being something important in the future, so... Let's put it on blue. And Wormcoil. Unfortunately, on the ground, but still in play. Opponent, if they don't have a way to stop me from swinging, will have to leave up a bunch of mana for the Mazavith. Alright, they found a second Mazavith, maze thingy. If they have the mana. They don't have the mana for both, though. This is a weird list so far. Interesting lands. If they double block, I think I always take that opportunity. Yeah. Actually, I think I should deny that opportunity. I'm going to deny that opportunity. I'm just going to minus on one of these. And then go to combat. Okay. I could have minused and then maybe got to Embercool at some point, but it does cost a lot of life that I don't have, right? So. Should probably chump block this. I don't think you want to go to 3 here. No, you don't want to go to 3. Yeah, there you go. They block with the not shrunk one, so the small one stays small on my opponent's turn as well, so they can't swing back. Do we copy the Mazavith? Oh, we do! Oh, chat, they're going. They're going. Double Mazavith. Opponent is ithed up. I would love this to lock me out. This would be so cool. It's like Legacy Lands, except it isn't. Oh, let this work. So is it 5? Ah, do they don't have enough mana, do they? Is it 4 or is it 5? Is it 4? They do, chat, they do. They can stop me from swinging. Alright, this is exciting. I'm going to force them to do it, too. I can't, like, not do that, so... can I eat the food token? Should I eat the first one? Probably not. Okay, well, we're just drawing cards. So, yep, we're going to force the issue. Oh, double Mazavith. This is so cool. And then I can, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I minus Liliana, I can cast Ulamog. But it is 10 life, and things are getting kind of sketchy. But... I mean, we came here to sort of do that kind of thing, so it's probably a good idea to do that kind of thing. Shoot. Can I pick that up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I cannot pick that card up. Probably not doing anything anyways, even if I were to pick it up, so be it. Down to 6. I exile a bunch of cards. We have a 1919 Ulamog. What do you got? What do you got? Alright, land. Yup. They have to deal with it or they lose all their permanents. Yes! Yes! Yeah. Okay. perfect 1 into 3. No. Well, this is weird. That's a parallel lives. Well, I drew that. That's not ideal. Do I draw 2 here, or do I just plus? I probably just plus. I'm just gonna plus, and if my opponent doesn't deal with it, it's just a huge problem next turn. Yep. That's it. That's all I've got for you. We also don't lose our card to Roxanne this way, which seems ideal. Oh, of course we do. Never mind. It's I thought it was the other one, chat. I'm sorry. I thought it was the other one. The one that does the thing with stuff. Alright, never mind. Sorry. So, green, win game. Make Roxanne look like a invading clown from outer space, I guess. So, what's the other card I put to my hand? Does it matter? Not really. No, it doesn't matter. Let's just get you. And you, and win the game. Let's play... Opponent didn't concede, so I guess I have to do stuff. I think I'm going to do that one more time. I only have... I don't have enough mana. I have 6 mana. I have 1 colored mana, quote-unquote, if I am to cast my commander. And I can't get these cards into my graveyard this turn. So, I think I just pass the turn. I could... yeah, we just pass the turn. I can beat what is in play. So, let's get rid of... Or rather, let's keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. Probably could have played a Boreal Grazer. Probably could have at least played that, honestly. Alright, well, I didn't win outright. I thought I would have. Interesting. They can't... Oh, I guess they can. Okay. I didn't think they could swing. That's interesting. So, I'm going to go ahead and block. Not sure my opponent can win if I just simply draw a ton of really good cards at this point. So, I'll also be at a really high life total. But I cannot find a counterspell, right? It's just not possible. Yeah, we can just draw till we get like really good stuff though. Emrakul is interesting. Let's do... that. Alright, opponent's just done. Yeah, I don't know what my opponent can possibly do even with killing this. Like, I have a huge life total. My opponent doesn't have that much. That could really disrupt what I'm about to do, and I really don't know what I'm about to do. I don't have a ton of mana, but if I cast my commander, I'll never run out of life to delve. And... okay, so I think if... putting more thought into it now, it probably would have made sense to draw this many on my turn, so then I put it all to my graveyard. So then I get to my turn, I can cast crazy stuff. But because this is so good, it probably doesn't matter anyways. And I can still cast something. I can cast at least one thing next turn that's extremely insane, right? I cast my commander, and then any of the Eldrazi probably just do it. I don't know. Yeah, there's some Portal to Phyrexia probably does it, unless my opponent blows it up. Like, yeah, it's that Tooth and Nail is lights out. It was just a delayed lights out. Didn't matter. Alright, so maybe we'll learn a bunch in the mirror. I assume I will. The first lesson is always have a 1-drop? No? Alright, apparently not. First lesson is always deal with your opponent's 1-drop. And then I probably lose if I... Well, I have a second 1-drop. It's not the end of the world. Sylvan Curiated. I actually don't even think I have this, like, crafted. Let's do that. Let's get a Swamp. I don't think I like this more than most of the 2-mana ramp spells, though. So it's not really been up there for me to craft. There's, like, a lot of things you could do that are similar to this. Like, a lot. Time Walk is not a card, so they just named a card you can't actually acquire. Let's do this. Or do we cast my commander? I guess I do, right? Yeah. Alright. Oh, I didn't look at my opponent's graveyard. Okay. They have Reanimate, and that's it. They are not casting their commander. Uh-oh. Probably not a good sign. So, they know what's on top for Tamiyo. I mean, it's just drawing a card. It's not like... It's not that crazy. It ain't that deep. Abhorrent Oculus. That makes 2/2s? What does that do? Yeah, it makes 2/2s. That's like a standard powerhouse right now, I think. Yeah. It does exile a bunch of cards in your graveyard, though, so... We're sort of doing different things here, it feels. It's on the, a different vibe. They are playing Overwhelming Forces, so I can blow this up, I can put this here. I can, I should probably kill the Oculus. And this also smacks Tamiyo for a lot, so this is probably just the right thing to do. How many cards? 1 card in my graveyard, oh boy. Tamiyo is a good one. I wasn't thinking about Tamiyo. Although it costs 4. Do we name a random card? Or do we just do something like... Alright. They name a card that's probably actually in their deck this time. Dead to an Eldrazi. Oh, come on, don't have an Eldrazi. Really? Okay, well. Opponent has an Eldrazi. Okay, they didn't read ahead for an Eldrazi, which would have just been better. In every way, they could have just simply cast Ulamog and won the game, so that's weird. Okay. So Aether Spark, swing at Tamio? I guess. Probably still just dead, though. I don't think there's really anything I can do about that. So. Wait, yeah, this is free, right? Yep, so they can get an Eldrazi, and then they can just cast their commander. And I don't think I can come out of that. If they exile just those 2 cards, and then I play that... do that... No, that's not enough either. I don't know. Make them show me. Yeah, this Tamio just sort of soloed me, huh? With all the graveyard stuff. I mean, it gave them a third of their deck just got milled from 1 card. It's just too much. Is there an extra turn in here? Did my opponent play an extra turn? What's happening? I'm a little confused. Okay, sure. I guess they just don't have the Eldrazi package? Like, they just can't do it? It's not in there? Alright, well, if it was, I was doomed. I guess it's not. So now we have options. Guess I'm swinging here to start. And then I can add 10 mana. I can play Ulamog, exile. I did it. I beat the mirror. I beat the mirror with rather radically different cards than my opponent. My opponent was a little bit lower to the ground, maybe less reliant on their commander. Although, I mean, we're not really reliant on it either. I mean, actually, we didn't use it at all this game and still won. We just didn't use our... neither of us used our commander's ability. Huh. But yeah, that was weird. They kept their commander in the graveyard too, right? So I could have, like, exiled this, and then they just don't have their commander? And this is indestructible, so this doesn't kill it. I probably hit Overlord and this, and leave him with the mana. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that probably makes the most sense. I mean, I even leave him with this, which is kind of annoying, but I definitely just take out these 2. If I can just completely stop their oh no, because they can exile their commander from the graveyard with this card, so that doesn't really matter. It's probably right then to take these 2 and leave them with this Overlord and hope I can deal with it later, or it just doesn't do anything crazy later in the game. My opponent's also playing cards like this, which get in the way of your commander, right? This is the old, oh, just type the word delve in and put all the cards that have the word delve in your deck. Like, you don't want to treasure cruise when your commander's in play. Like, you don't want to do that. This is nice if your commander's not in play, and you have enough cards to do this while also giving your commander a reason to exist. You don't want to exile 7 cards, and then your commander can't do anything, because you emptied your graveyard. I can't imagine someone, or my opponent gets to have Tamio as long as I let my opponent have it. They milled like 25 cards with this. That's probably not the normal case. Search for Ensconced is actually pretty cool, but again, hard to flip because you're exiling your own graveyard. It's hard to actually flip this. It's just sort of a surveil 1 a turn kind of card. I'm not really feeling that one. Aftermath is kind of cool. You pull lands out of your graveyard instead of exiling them for your delve cost. So kind of getting to the same point, but with more mana investment, because you have to play this, mill things, and then spend 4 to reanimate your lands. So Another weird one. Glimpse is alright. I thought about this one. The extra turns, again, I already kind of said what I said about those. Yeah, I don't really agree with a lot of what I'm seeing here. That's different from mine, I should say. The mana and whatnot makes sense, Dark Ritual and all that. This also sort of makes sense. I'm fine with this one. But I don't like this. I don't think you should do that. Interesting game, though. This card is alright. Maybe we could think about putting this in our list, actually. This one's fine. It does have a 3 on the portion here that could really cause a problem, but maybe not always. Yeah, interesting. And they're playing this when I just took out the 9-mana sweeper from the new set. They're out here running this one instead. It's funny. All right, I'm taking Gerudo out while I explain the deck because this companion box is extremely annoying. Okay, so this was pretty good. I gotta say, this was pretty good. I liked this a lot. I probably would run slightly more colorless cards just for those let me play my commander and then immediately have something big and stupid behind it kind of things. But I was satisfied with the amount I had. I didn't feel like I needed more, but I wouldn't be upset with more. Platinum Angel, same with Platinum Empyrean. You can't like pay life you don't have, so stuff like Gristlebrand, let's say, if you're spamming Gristlebrand, you can't do that if you're in the negatives and you're still alive because of Platinum Angel. However, this doesn't read like that. You're not... the life that you lose is not part of the cost being paid on top of the delve. So you can go into the negatives, still cast cheap delve spells, and have Platinum Empyrean, or Platinum Angel, keep you from not dying. I don't think Platinum Angel is that good, but it's something to think about. It is a colorless card that you might just slam into play, and then suddenly your opponent's Adeline deck just loses on the spot. I don't know. But for the most part, not super reliable. Aether Spark, though, this was awesome. This was great. I almost always could cast this in the same turn as my commander. It doesn't give it haste or anything, but this is pretty nice. Especially how it just gives you 10 mana and it doesn't like cost any mana to cast, and if you hold on to it and cast it the turn you can actually attack your opponent because you don't have haste on the commander, you could just generate 10 mana on that turn, and that is nuts. This was really cool. I'm glad I just bumped into this when I was making this. Palantir didn't do anything super exciting, but I sort of thought that was going to be the case putting it in to begin with. Tooth and Nail was nice. We saw the Mirror, and I did like the Saga they played there near the end. I think that was something that's kind of interesting. Tutors are perfectly reasonable, so I suppose this works, right? I don't see how it doesn't. I really don't see the issue with playing this. They also played Tamiyo. My opponent got to mill with this a lot more than I picture your average ability to plus spam this. I think it probably doesn't usually get to plus that many times, but if it does, bloop. So I'm sure there's an argument that I actually had the wrong Tamiyo in the whole time. The 1-mana Tamiyo was actually wrong. It was actually the $2 Tamiyo we should have been playing, not the $200 one. Ren was not too exciting. I gotta say, like, just running this for the sake of milling was not really that exciting. I think there's better ways to mill. Glimpse the Unthinkable is a card. I don't really like the spells that only mill and do nothing else. I don't think you have to play those. I didn't feel like I had to play those. Sometimes I didn't have any cards in my graveyard and it was kind of annoying. But we are still green and can simply cast spells normally. Or big spells, I should say. And we're just a normal deck in general. Kind of. That can just play cards. Anyways. Deathrite Shaman is weird here. I know exiling my own lands. Oh, excuse me. Exiling my own lands is awkward for delving, but this comes in early enough that it doesn't impede that, well, lets you, do the other thing, which is ramp into this in the first place, or attack your opponent's graveyard. Sometimes that actually matters. So it's not totally useless. It's got other stuff on it. I don't think there was anything that was particularly horrendous to me. I said Ren was not great, but I still like Liliana. This has a scary ultimate. You can play it turn 1 with Dark Ritual. You can minus just like you can minus the Ren, and the plus kills your opponent's mana dorks and stuff. So everything this does is fine. I don't think that's the case with the Ren. This probably didn't have to be in here. It's a new card. I like both sides of it, but I don't know. It's just a goofy card that, like, it's satisfying to cast the black spell. It's satisfying to cast the green spell, but I'm sure there's better cards than this. It's a new card. I just wanted to slide it in. I really want to slide it in. Portal to Phyrexia is a little iffy. It's 9 mana. Doesn't win outright. It can be a bit sketchy there, but it never actually ended up casting it, I don't think. Yeah, I guess that's it. I really like this commander. It lets you play sort of what Madrotha would like to play, but also not Madrotha cards. It's sort of doing its own thing. It's got a unique pile of cards here, and it's cool to see it all just sort of come together. There's definitely more than 100 options, I'd say. Just like Madrotha or Sultai colors in general, the black, blue, green in general gets to play basically every single strategy that you could play in Sultai has access to like 350 cards, right? You have so many options when you are in Sultai. It's kind of crazy. You can run counter spells, discard spells, mana dorks, ramp spells, big creatures. There's plenty of combo kind of things, like Emergent Ultimatum could have been in here. You can't delve discount it because it has no colorless in the cost, but still, I mean, we're running Expropriate, Gristlebrand, like we just put it in here anyways. That's totally fine. We can ramp into it. So we have a slew of things that are totally viable, and I was satisfied with the chunk that I chose to put into the deck. And I didn't feel like I was swapping out cards that much as we played on, so I liked it. I liked the list we had, I liked the games we played, and I liked the strategy, so can recommend. Let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.